this video is for every religious people who want to resurrect it on the last day. I try to speak in English because I wrote many books in German language and Hungarian language about this. But because the German people and the Hungarian people hate God, they deleted all my scripture about God, and they destroy my life about this scripture because they are Nazis. Here are all my curts and act. The government himself was wrote me many letters that they hate God of Israel and they not believe in God. And when I not stop to preach about God's temple and temple plan, they kill me. And I'm the last dirty Jew what they want to kill because they Nazis. Here is all the proof. And then I was thinking, okay, maybe the government is Nazis and Satanistic people, they hate God. Then I look for a church who try to help to build the temple for Allah. Because Muhammad saw this, Esekiel saw this, Apocalypse saw also this, and Jesaja and all the small prophets also saw this. And then I go to the Catholic Church at first and bring this inscription to the Catholic Church. And I was talking with a priest from the Catholic Church. The name was Fenyvesi Sándor, and he was told me that the Vatican as priests not will help me or God to build the temple for God. They will worship to the end this Nimrod temple, and they will look for their own power, for their own glory, but they will not help that God become his will and temple as is written by all the prophets, because when the temple where we stand, then everybody ran to the real God, and the Vatican lost their power. Mányhár Sándor priest himself was told me that the Vatican will not help. Now I will, in 10 minutes, try to tell what I was wrote. At first I was wrote three big signs, but just the real God can make, and no Antichrist, no man can do it. And therefore the popes deleted also my scripture, because the popes is just a simple man and cannot do these things what the real God can do. Is written by every prophecy that the third temple must be built. The third temple will be built in Jerusalem. God, Allah, chose the city Jerusalem for his place. No another city as Rome or Vatican, Rome Church can be God's city. No. It is written in Koran and by Moses and by every prophet. God, Allah, chose his city Jerusalem, where he will be returned on the last day. So the temple must built in Jerusalem. Is written by every prophet. This is the first sign. And then the third temple, this is written by Koran, by Muhammad, by Apocalypse, by Jesaja and Esekiel prophet. So a big vision. Here is the Dead Sea in Kanaan, the Dead Sea. There is the Jordan River, and about the Dead Sea, here is Jerusalem, the city, Jerusalem. And here, this side is the ocean, and this is Tel Aviv. So it's written by every prophet. When God returned in the holy city in Jerusalem, then the temple must be built before God can return. The third temple must be built. There is a gate. The gate for God must be closed. Just God will be open at this gate. Just God will be open at this gate when he returns. And when he returns in his temple, he will enter by this gate with all the holy prophets, and then he sit on the throne. And when he sit there in the temple on his throne, this canal, this is a river, but they also must be built from the Dead Sea to the ocean. In the temple must be built the canal. Under his throne must be built this canal. Canal is a Kanalisation in German language. is a river. And when God, the real God, sit on the throne in his temple, this canal river, this canalization river will be holy. In that moment when God touched the river, it will be so holy, this river, that when he flow in the Dead Sea, this river, every water will be clean and sweet, and a lot of fish will be there. And on the part side and the two side, right and left, every trees will be alive forever and bring every day in every month fruit. And who drink about this river will be not die and live forever. This is written by Muhammad. Muhammad see this also. There will be a holy river. On the holy river will be the trees always blooming and bring fruit. Apocalypse see this, Jesaja see this, and Esekiel see this. No man can sit there on God's throne who can make this, touch the river and make such miracle. Just the real God can make such miracle. No other man can do it. No popes, no rabbi, just God, the real God. Then the other thing, this is written by Koran, by Muhammad, Moses, and every prophet, by Apocalypse himself. Apocalypse saw also this river. And the other thing, when God returned, he sit on the throne, make this river clean, make many miracles then, and then the resurrection begin and the judgment. He will resurrect the dead, make a judgment. When you was good, you can live with me in the kingdom. When you not was good, you go in a hell. This no man can do. Resurrected people from dead and say you go in hell or live with me forever. No popes can give a forever life and for everlasting river. The water is for everlasting, and every tree will blooming non-stop with fruits. No people can make such miracle, just God. And the popes therefore was not happy, the Vatican, because about jealousy, because they play God as a human, not want to build for the real God this temple, because they want to worship their own glory, their own mammon, and they not happy. I was in Jerusalem many times to build Allah's temple, and when they not build this temple that Muhammad and every prophet commanded, the plague wars will not stop, and China will sit in the mood. The flood and earthquakes will not stop, and everybody will become poor. I told you the truth. And the resurrection, Muhammad also see that when God returned in Jerusalem in his temple, God have the power to resurrect the dead, and it's written also in the Apocalypse and by Jesaja also. And the woman from God call on the end time every day, everybody come to this holy river, bathe with me the holy water, the holy rivers, Apocalypse 22:17. And who not want to bathe with me this holy canal, this is a canalization and the holy temple for God, then you will not resurrected. But because the Nazi government and the Vatican deleted my scripture, I have many websites, I make many theological videos about this, they delete it all, and then they rule with MK Ultra people's mind who not understand what I wrote or what I telling the people, and they become crazy. They are like Sodoma mentasic worms who not understand what is the water of life. I talking about this temple plan and not about Sodoma beach behavior. And who deleted my scripture, my books, will not resurrected and bring all these people in hell who not can read it. And when the Vatican not helping the real God who sent me and just looking for their my own Nimrod temple and their own glory, they bring all their people in hell. They close for the people the truth. They close for the people the gate to heaven, to the real God. Who follow these priests who say they not have to build God's temple because they want to play God as humans in a Nimrod sun god temple with obelisk, what is forbidden. They bring all the disciples and all the people in hell, who teach the people false theological things, foolish the people and bring the people in hell. A priest not can teach false things that they are God in sun God temple, in Nimrod's temple, and with obelisk that they are sitting in God's temple. And the Arabic people, where we belong to Abraham, they will be listen me, and not just listen me, help me. And just as I wrote in my books, the men's think that they have power to rape women and just run to mental sick beaches, then they are not men's. God, Allah commanded, when God sent the messenger, you must not just listen the messenger, you must do what the messenger told. You must do it. How can I build alone the temple when every mental sick man destroy this temple plan because the Satan rule them? Because Satan not wanted God return. The Satanistic people, the Nazi Vatican, because they himself was wrote me. Here is the proof. They hate God, and when God returned, they kill God himself. It's written here. They send me from Budapest many letters. They hate God, and they will rule everybody against me, that I not can buy the real God, because they are Nazis and Satanistic, and they know that they are sinners. They rape children, they make satanistic ritual, and they worship many demons. I have all this proof here. I have 7-year skirt with satanistic people in Budapest, and they rule everybody against the real God. Who follow sinners, who follow satanistic people, and not the real God who sent me, will not resurrected. Standing still and just watch. This is not power as a man. When I will be a man, I see that a woman suffer without human right just because the woman wrote about God. And I run away and not have the woman as Allah commanded. Allah commanded, I give you the law that the women become the same right, and you must have the woman with the law. And when you not can do it, you are not a man. God hate the weak people at most. God hate when you are weak to help. This is not man behavior, not help a woman and just make a holy woman shit because the woman come from God and not a bitch. They try to kill me in Hungary because I'm not a bitch, because I wrote about God. And then every man make me shit with lies. Allah will not stop with plague wars. Every day the plague wars continue. Every day. How many people lost in Pakistan in the flood their house? How many people lost in China and everywhere in the flood the house? How many people will be lost in America the house? And no corn is in Europa. I was told them this, but they not believe it. But for their sin I will continue, and God also. Thank you.